What's up, ladies? And we are back with another video. If you're curious at all, it is 19 days till I go to Belize. I'm super excited about that. Today we are talking about the 5 ways that I use to just like the 5 tools that I use to calm myself down from a panic attack or a seizure or whatever. So the first one is deep breathing. When you are in a heightened state, when your mind is going 1,000 miles a minute and you're you just feel like you took speed, um, one of the ways that can help to really calm down your nervous system is to interrupt that nervous pattern with deep breathing. So when you take that second to breathe in and breathe out, you're kind of throwing your brain for a loop, because you're kind of just like you're just catching your brain off track. Like, that's not what you were thinking of 5 seconds ago. You were having a panic attack, but then all of a sudden you are deep breathing. So it's just throwing in that, what's it called? That thought pattern, that interrupt thought pattern, something like that. I don't know. It's something called like that. So deep breathing is one of the techniques that I use. Grounding techniques is another one. And no, it's not laying on the floor. That's not it. Grounding techniques are when your brain goes into fight or flight or freeze or fawn response, your brain, your identity is no longer on planet Earth. It is thinking of the worst possible scenarios. It's thinking that just the world's gonna come to an end. So, like with the deep breathing, all of these techniques are a thought pattern interruption. So, how the grounding technique works is, instead of letting your brain just kind of wander, you are actively telling your brain, focus on this one thing. So what I like to do is the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 technique. I couldn't think if it was like 5 or 4. It's 5. It's the 5 things you can see, 4 things you can hear, 3 things you can touch, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. I believe I haven't done this technique in a while because I just haven't had to use it, thank God. But it's a really good technique to just tell your brain, hey, brain, focus. We're going to be focusing on this one specific thing, and we're going to pretty much block out everything else. And that's also another really good thought pattern interruption technique. Mindfulness and meditation, this one I feel like is a little more so mindfulness and meditation I feel like is a little more upscaled for the beginner techniques. Mindfulness and meditation are just, and here comes Loki. Sorry. Mindfulness and meditation is just I feel for the people who are a little further along on their journey of self improvement and self growth and everything, because it really takes a good amount of strength, of willingness to be able to be like, okay, this is what I'm going through, this is what I'm feeling, and I'm able to almost kind of sit with that feeling of uneasiness. Whereas if you're just beginning on this journey, that could be really dangerous, and that could just end up you in a spiral. So if you're just starting out, try the breathing techniques first and the grounding techniques first before you do the mindfulness and meditation. The fourth one is the progressive muscle relaxation. So when we're in a really high intense anxiety, everything is clenched up, everything in your jaw, you clench your jaw, you clench your fists, you every single muscle in your body is clenched. Whether you know it or not, that's just I feel like that's just a natural thing that our body does because it knows it needs to protect us. So when we are in a heightened state and we notice that everything in our body, even our toes, are curled up and clenched, going down to your toes and saying, okay, I'm going to release my toes and flex my toes. And once those are a little bit released, then you go to your legs and you kind of stretch your legs out and get those muscles loosened, and then you just work your way up from there. And that not only helps with the tightened muscles, because let's face it, when you're in an anxiety attack for so long, your body freaking hurts afterwards because your body is just so tense. So being able to go through and unclench each muscle not only makes your body feel better, but it gives your mind something else to focus on rather than what's going on. And then the fifth and last one is positive self-talk. So like mindfulness and meditation, this one is a little more advanced for some people. You could be just starting on this journey, and so you have no idea how to even do positive self-talk because all you know is the negative. And so if you're not at a place right now where you can give yourself positive feedback because no one else in your life gave you positive feedback, so you don't know how to do that, don't do this one because it won't work. I promise you. Trying to fake your positive self-talk it doesn't work. When people say fake it till you make it, that might work in some areas, but with personal growth and recovering from trauma, fake it till you make it will only go so far. So if you don't know how to give yourself positive self-talk, that's okay. Just don't do this one. But if you do know how to do positive self-talk, you should be able to realize, okay, I am thinking this negative thought of me, but I know it's not true. I know that I am actually a very loving and caring person, despite what my lizard brain is saying to me. And if you are interested in learning how to do positive self-talk, make sure you hit the thumbs up button and subscribe down below, because that's what next week video is about. It's all about what is positive self-talk, how do I do positive self-talk, and where do I start on all that fun stuff. So if you guys like this video, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up, subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!